Today, you will live as a medieval count. Right now, you are a page at 7 years old. Your father has sent you to a castle that does not belong to your family. You won't see your relatives for many years, which is considered a great honor. Your father used every connection he had and owed favors to everyone just to get you into the household of a great lord. Most boys will never have this opportunity. Farmers' children spend their entire lives in the same village, and from birth, their range of activity does not exceed 20 miles. You are different. You are being groomed to be a great person. You receive your uniform, a bed in the servants' quarters, and your job is to serve. You are pouring wine at the banquet. You are a messenger in the castle. When lords discuss war, marriage, and betrayal, you stand quietly. You are invisible, but you are learning. You watch the knights in the courtyard, observing their actions, their speech, and how they earn respect quietly. The lady of the manor teaches you etiquette, music, and how to conduct yourself properly in noble circles. She corrects your posture, your speech, and your table manners. You learn to dance. You learn to play chess, because chess teaches you strategy, patience, and the resolve to sacrifice pieces for victory. The castle priest teaches you Latin and scripture, and you learn to read and write, skills most peasants will never possess. But you are not here to become a scholar, you are here to become a weapon. In your spare time, you practice with a wooden sword. You wrestle the other pages and ride horses until your thighs are raw and bleeding. The master-at-arms watches and reports to the lord. He is already judging which boys have potential and which will be sent home in disgrace. Some pages can't handle the discipline. They cry for their mothers, they fail their lessons, and they are sent home with respectable excuses. Their future as knights ends before it even begins. You will not be one of them. You absorb everything because you have seen what a knight ultimately becomes. Your desire for that power surpasses everything else. You become a page. You are 14 years old. Your voice is deepening, and your body is developing. You are assigned to a knight, not just any knight, but Sir Roland, a veteran of 3 campaigns, with a scar running from his temple to his chin. You are now his shadow. You rise before dawn to prepare his armor, polishing each piece until you can see your reflection in the steel. You oil the leather straps, check for rust and dents, any hidden danger that could cost him his life. You feed and groom his war horses, and you know their temperaments. Destroyer, this warhorse is fierce and aggressive. If you approach the wrong way, he'll bite you. He is trained to trample and crush enemies on the battlefield, and you regard him with an almost fearful respect. You carry his weapons and banners, you sleep outside his door like a guard dog, and when he rides into battle, you follow behind him. You bring spare spears, and if his horse is killed in combat, you lead a fresh one to him. You are not allowed to fight. Your job is to observe, to learn, and to survive. You witness your first battle from the edge of chaos. Men scream, horses struggle, and blood turns the mud into a red sticky paste. No one warned you about that smell. Rust, dung, and fear. Your knight charges into the crowd, and you lose sight of him. You stand there trembling, clutching the spare spear, praying that he survives. Because if he dies, you lose your reason for being. You would be shamed and sent home. The squire who lost his knight, hours later, he reappeared, his armor dented, covered in blood, but still alive. That night, he taught you things not found in books, how to read the terrain, how to sense when the battle line is about to break, how to kill quickly and without hesitation. Hesitation means death, mercy means death. You train harder than ever before, now using real weapons. When your guard slips, the knight strikes you with his poleaxe. He says pain is the only teacher that never lies. You believe him, the scars on his body prove his experience. You learn to fight in armor, moving freely with 60 pounds of steel, as if it weighed nothing at all. You learn to fight on horseback and on foot. You learn to fight when exhausted, to fight when wounded, to fight when your eyes are blinded by blood. 7 years pass like this. After 7 years of discipline and transformation, you become a knight. At 21, training complete, on your knighting eve, you fast and pray in the chapel. You kneel on the cold stone for 12 hours, contemplating the vows you are about to take. To protect the weak, to speak the truth, to serve God and the king. The words are beautiful, but reality will be far bloodier. At dawn, the Lord summons you to the court. The castle is packed with witnesses, and your parents have traveled for days to witness this moment. You kneel down, and he draws his sword, lightly tapping your shoulders. Rise, Sir Knight. These words change everything. You now belong to the wartime elite. You have the legal right to bear arms, the right to own a warhorse, the right to wear golden spurs, but beyond that, you have nothing. You are a hedge knight, landless and poor. You have no castle, no income, no followers. Your armor is a gift from your father. Your horse eats better than you do, and you make a living by selling your sword. You enter tournaments, fighting for prize money. The tournament circuit is where reputations are made. You take part in melees, where dozens of knights clash until one side yields. You compete in jousts, charging at your opponent at full speed with a lance. In these games, people die, trampled, impaled, beaten to death. But winning a single match can earn you a year's wages in an afternoon. More importantly, it gets you noticed. You're performing for the lords who might hire you, learning to balance honor with survival. Sometimes, you deliberately let a minor lord's son win, because his father might offer you a position. Politics rules everything, even the fights. You're hired by lords who need extra soldiers. You're a free mercenary, drifting from one conflict to another, building your reputation with every victory. This is the most dangerous period of your career. You have training, but no resources. A serious injury means you can't afford a surgeon, and if your horse dies, you're finished. Many independent knights die anonymously and in poverty. You refuse to become one of them. You become a household knight. At last, a lord takes notice of you. Maybe you saved his life on the battlefield, maybe you won a tournament he hosted, or maybe, in a hard-fought battle, while others fled, your loyalty impressed him. He offers you a place in his household, and you accept immediately. Now you have a stable life, a bed in the castle, regular meals, and a small stipend. In exchange, you are his man. When he calls, you answer. When he goes to war, you follow. You train his other soldiers, and you protect his family. During negotiations, you stand behind him. If the negotiations break down, your presence is a silent promise of violence. You now belong to a brotherhood, the household knights. You eat together, train together, and drink together. You know these men would die for you, because you would die for them too. This bond is stronger than blood. The Lord entrusts you with sensitive tasks, delivering unwritten messages to rivals, escorting his daughter through hostile lands, investigating court betrayal rumors. You are no longer just a soldier, you are becoming a political operator, a problem solver, someone who gets things done efficiently. You learn to read the flow of power, who is rising, who is falling, who can be trusted, and who is about to betray. This knowledge is more useful than any weapon. The outcome of wars is often decided in council chambers just as much as on the field. You become a long-term knight, standing out as both warrior and leader. The king personally sees your charge break the enemy's flank, your banner first to reach their camp. After the battle, he rides up and cuts your banner into a square flag. You are now a knight for the long term, entitled to lead your subordinates under your own banner. Other knights follow you, and squires vie to serve you. You recruit a small troop of soldiers, with 20 or 30 warriors fighting under your flag. You negotiate your own contracts with lords and kings. Your company becomes renowned for its discipline, ferocity, and victories. Your income increases significantly, allowing you to afford better armor, better horses, and better weapons. You hire a small staff, and heralds announce your name at tournaments, issuing challenges to your enemies. A clerk manages the finances, a surgeon treats your wounded after battle, and a priest prays for your souls and delivers last rites for the dead. You are now running a military enterprise, and every battle is a matter of profit and loss. How much will the king pay? What are the chances of survival? How much loot can you seize if you win? Leadership is lonely. Every decision is a matter of life and death. Judge wrongly, and your people die. You'll endure widows cursing your name. Judge rightly, the glory is yours, but they only get a shallow grave. You drink more than you should, and you pray more than you used to. The weight of command is heavier than any armor. You become the Castellan. The king needs someone he can trust. The border is in turmoil. Enemy lords constantly raid and harass the frontier. He appoints you to command a castle. Not ownership, but command. You are the Castellan, the military governor of this fortress and the surrounding lands. The castle becomes your world. You train the garrison until they can climb the walls in their sleep. You inspect reserves, tally grain, arrows, and barrels of salted meat. You service siege engines, guarding walls with trebuchets, ballistae. You meet with local lords and merchants, resolve disputes, and collect taxes in the king's name. You are at once a judge, a general, and an administrator. When raiders cross the border, you lead your troops to meet them. Sometimes you defeat them swiftly, other times you pursue them through hills and forests. You learn siege warfare from the defender's perspective, how to hold the walls when outnumbered, how to ration supplies so a month's food lasts 3, and how to negotiate when surrounded, buying time for reinforcements. You are trapped in your castle for months, with enemy troops camped outside. Your people eat rats and leather, drinking rainwater from the walls. Soldiers die, morale sinks, and talk of surrender spreads. You hold them together by sheer will. When the enemy retreats, you win, not by fighting, but by endurance. The king rewards you with more duties. You become indispensable. You become a baron. The king promotes you. You kneel before him in the great hall, surrounded by the entire court. He grants you land, real land, manors that generate income, villages teeming with peasants. They work and pay taxes, a castle that truly belongs to you. It's more than management. Now you are nobility, a baron. Your children will inherit your title. Your bloodline is now part of the kingdom's permanent noble class. Your father, a minor knight, weeps with joy at the news. His sacrifices for you are now vindicated. But nobility comes with obligations. Each year, you must serve 40 days of military duty. You must keep knights ready to fight at all times. When summoned, you must attend court, leaving your lands for months. Meanwhile, flatterers whisper and scheme in the shadows. Learn the game. Marriage is politics. Your daughter marries a nearby baron's son to strengthen alliances against common enemies. Your son marries a wealthy merchant's daughter, needing her dowry for castle repairs and your next campaign. Love is secondary to inheritance. You judge peasant disputes over land, livestock, and inheritance. You punish criminals. Thieves lose hands, murderers hang. Within your domain, your word is law. This power is intoxicating and dangerous. Other barons envy your rise. They look for your weaknesses, your mistakes, any chance to bring you down. You become a count. War works in your favor. The king needs soldiers to suppress the northern rebels. You answer the call with 200 knights and 1,000 warriors, the largest force among all the barons. Your tactical genius turns the tide at the Battle of the Marshes. You spot weaknesses in the enemy lines that others miss, and you personally lead the charge, banners flying, breaking through the enemy ranks. The rebel leader falls to your blade. The king promotes you to count, naming you a great lord. Your territory is larger than some kingdoms, with dozens of barons swearing fealty. Your wealth exceeds 1,000 lifetimes of earnings. The army you have assembled rivals that of the king himself. You enter the royal council, offering advice on matters of war, peace, and taxation. The king listens to your words, sometimes taking your advice, sometimes not. The other counts look at you with suspicion. You are now a threat to them. Your rise has weakened their influence. They speak ill of you to the king, sowing seeds of doubt. Does the count have too much power? Does he harbor ambitions beyond his station? Could he be plotting a rebellion? You must deal with these intrigues while maintaining the king's favor. You build alliances, finding shared interests and foes. You neutralize threats before they grow. Sometimes this means arranging a marriage to bind families. Sometimes it means bribery, buying off or winning support. And sometimes it means assassination, a well-timed accident, or a sudden illness. Chronicles will record your deeds, victories, and honors. The truths whispered in secret will die with you. You are the kingdom's champion. No warrior in the king's service surpasses you. You fought every major battle of his reign. You commanded his armies, defended his borders, and crushed his rebellions. Facing invasion, you drove the enemy back into the sea. When the king's brother rebelled, you captured him. The king named you champion of the realm, a true honor. When a foreign prince challenged the king, you fought him. When a trial by combat arose, you represented the royal family. You are the embodiment of royal power, the living extension of the king's right arm. Your armor is legendary, forged by the kingdom's finest blacksmiths, worth more than a small castle. Your sword has a name, and bards in taverns across the realm sing of its deeds. When children play night games, they all pretend to be you, and young squires dream of serving under you. Artists paint portraits of your battles, which hang in the great halls for centuries. But now you are old. Your scars ache in the winter. Your sword arm is slower than before, and your reflexes have been dulled by age and old wounds. You survived wounds that killed others, but every survival left its mark. Young knights look at you the way you once looked at the old champions in their youth. Hungry, patient, waiting for their chance. One day a challenger you cannot defeat will appear. One day you will fall. But not today. Today you march through the streets in a parade, the crowd chanting your name. Today you are immortal. Tomorrow is tomorrow's concern. You have fought your whole life for this moment. The boy who once poured wine for the Lord is now the greatest knight in the kingdom. They will carve your deeds in stone, and your story will be told for centuries. When you started out, all you had were your father's ambition and your own determination. You end as a legend, which is more than most people ever achieve, more than you ever dreamed of. The little boy who once slept in the servants' quarters now sleeps in a room fit for a prince. Every scar from this journey was worth it.